Buenos dias, dan hafade. It's so good to be back home here at the University of Guam. It just feels so good. It's good to be here this morning, this beautiful university and beautiful Guam day. It's good to see so many friends and relatives and colleagues, both from years past and for the future, and I wish that you could see what I could see. Beautiful faces, eager faces, young faces, experienced faces, faces of different hues, but all here, willing to do their part for the University of Guam. I am so honored by your presence. Thank you, Governor Camacho, Speaker Wampat, and Associate Justice Carbolito for your attendance in this important event, not for me, but for the University of Guam. Justice Carbolito, I know that I have disagreed with you on occasion, but you overruled me. Governor Camacho, I know that I've tried my best with the best arguments I could come up with from keeping you from being governor. But I came up short, not just once, but twice. I salute you and I congratulate you, and I'm honored by your presence and the First Lady as well. My list of political adversaries is long, and there are others are here. Carl Gutierrez wanted to be here, but he's already emailed his regrets, not about me getting this job, but about his non-attendance. To be sure, we have disagreed in the past, but this morning we have an opportunity to be in agreement with something far more important than perhaps even elections. We have the opportunity to be in agreement about the future of our island and the future opportunities for our people and the future of generations yet unborn. We can stand together, shoulder to shoulder, on behalf of this institution, this product of our collective effort and support. This institution where the aspirations and promise of our young people are fulfilled over Guam. This institution that conducts topics on research ranging from microorganisms in surrounding waters to political and social trends in Micronesia. We can all stand up and stand together for the University of Guam, and we will. With the diligence of the Board of Regents, I'm grateful for their confidence in me, and with the steady support of our island's elected leadership and with the support of the people of Guam, I have been elected to serve as the university's 10th president, and I humbly take this task on. Being the 10th in a long line of distinguished leaders certainly doesn't mean that I have 10 times the knowledge, but it is a reminder that I am sitting on top of 10 sets of broad shoulders. I've served under many of these presidents, including Dr. Yamashita and Carter, Cruz, and Leon Guerrero. Fred was my boss, direct boss, and he reminded me every day that he was. But he also taught me how to deal with adversity and stay true to the mission of the institution. I did not work directly with Dr. Sanchez, Salas, or Nedidug, but I knew all of them, and they made their contributions as well in some difficult and contentious circumstances. Lastly, I must acknowledge the tenure of Dr. Allen, which was marked by his unbounded optimism and steady leadership through accreditation and funding difficulties. For those of you counting, this is only 9 sets of shoulders. The 10th is Dr. Whippy's, whose ability to step up when called upon and support when necessary has brought the university to its current position, secure in its present standing, but eager and ready to engage the future. I thank them all, and we should acknowledge their collective efforts. But the university is more than presidents, interim or otherwise, and the university is much more interesting than personalities who occupy the presidency and wear medieval garments and spout Latin phrases like cum laude and summa cum laude. I'm going to get the chance to say that soon. During commencement exercises. The university is about innovative teaching that uses language labs and the latest technology, and the faculty who eagerly engage in collective assessment and peer review processes. It's about important research that turns our island's bad lands into good lands, saves our coconuts from beetles, and investigates why Pacific Islanders suffer disproportionately certain forms of cancer. It is about the service of mentors who teach island kids how to fish and teach island adults how to prepare that fish, about organizing skills for community advocacy, about the mentoring of teachers, of other mentors for teachers, and the assistance given to each and every government agency, local and federal, on this island. But there is more. There is a staff that organizes our professional days, ensures adherence to rules and regulations, maintains and cleans our buildings and surroundings. The staff is an innovative and integral part of our university, and they think of new ways to assist students, facilitate the work of the faculty, and supports administrators. If the university can be compared to the human body, the staff is the skeleton, the muscles, and a few vital organs without which the university would cease to exist. The faculty is the central nervous system of this academic institution. The faculty teaches, innovates, researches, shares their expertise with the community, thinks outside the box, even outside the circle. The faculty is the primary organizer of programs, the energy behind research activities, the force behind grants and contracts. The university stars are not in the administrative offices. They are in faculty offices and research centers. They are on campus and in the community and on travel, carrying the legitimacy of the University of Guam on their shoulders to make the university the legitimate force for positive change that is at the core of its mission. But if the faculty is the central nervous system, the students are at the heart of this institution. Every university, even research universities, must have learning and teaching as its primary function. Students are the lifeblood of the University of Guam, and every person who drives to this part of Manilo to earn a paycheck must remember that every single day. Students are not just stakeholders, they are the reason for our existence. They must be the object of our activities and the subject of our discussions. And we must see every person in Guam, whether they get free tuition because they are senior citizens or whether they're in the 5th grade right now thinking about what they're going to do this summer, as potential students. UOG Tritons in waiting. They want to come here, and we're going to make them come here. And the growth of this university is dependent upon meeting the needs of students, helping them grow, and growing with them. Under my leadership, student needs and student participation will be at the very center of my activities. Well, this only leaves the university administrators, a much beloved group when they meet amongst themselves, and a much maligned group when others are holding their own meetings. It is tempting to say that the administrators are the brains of the institution, but it is only partially so. They can be seen as the eyes and ears and perhaps the hands and feet. Some might even assume that they are a face of the institution or other parts of the body we won't mention. But they are the responsible parties, and I eagerly embrace them, support them, and acknowledge their work in difficult financial times. In our imperfect world, change is a constant, and resting on past accomplishments is a recipe for atrophy and ultimately for failure. In order for Guam to grow and for the region to successfully deal with the challenges we face, the university must grow exponentially in programs, resources, students, and intellectual power. The university needs to be agile and responsive, strong and resilient, innovative at the right moment, and conservative at the right time. These may seem to be contradictory characteristics, but they only serve to remind us that the university must always be